Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Planetary Persuader. I am Cosmic Kev, your host, and this is for the weekend of Friday, beginning Friday the 19th of October 2019. Looking in the sky today, well, we've got a moon that's going out of the nakshatra of Dhanista into the nakshatra of Shatabishak. And so one's ruled by Mars, the other one's ruled by the North Node. And the morning part, the Dhanista part is really like into music, and it's like a hollow instrument, Shiva's drum or the flute of Krishna, they say. It's all, Dhanista's part Capricorn, part Aquarius, Shatabishak, all Aquarius. Moon's in the constellation of Aquarius in the sidereal zodiac, but it's going, it's in Western astrology, it's in the sign of Aquarius this morning, going into Pisces at 1:20 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So 1:20 p.m. today, we've got our Pisces moon. So that's a good thing. And we're just going to talk about a full moon this week as well. We got a full moon on Wednesday at 7:33 a.m. and the moon is in Ashvini. And Ashvini is it's like a healing goddess. She's the first nakshatra. She's ruled by Ketu, the south node of the moon. And its ruling deities, the Ashvini Kumaras, are celestial healers, or like twin prince boys, or even twin-headed horse. And they bring swift healing, an intuitive place. First nakshatra. This full moon has vibe, and I know in the Western zodiac it conjoins Uranus as well. So there's definitely going to be some surprises here, and no matter how you look at it, and hopefully these surprises are going to be about a positive healing. I mean, in Western astrology, moon's exalted in Taurus. It's in Aries in the sidereal Vedic zodiac. Take your pick. It should be a beautiful moon. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. So, in the Western zodiac, the sun is in Libra, but it's going to go into Scorpio on the 23rd at 4:23 in the morning. So 4:23 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, sun goes into Scorpio. Yeah. And I think that's about all I can really fit in this beginning. Without any further ado, we shall bring it over to Aries. Okay. Greetings, Aries, and welcome to your horoscope. So, we've got the sun in Libra right now, but by the time we get over to Wednesday, or Tuesday rather, on Tuesday, sun's going into your 8th house. So we've gone from this period of romance and negotiation to a place where romance could get really heated up and intensify. And suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not in control of things here. And you really have to sometimes just let go, and in order for that to really work out. We've got Pluto and Saturn in the 10th house. Serious stuff career-wise. Mars in the 11th. I mean, I always think of Mars in the 11th house as sort of like going to a sports game or something. But it could be like your big brother. For those of you who have older brothers or siblings, there could be something like that, Or your superior officer in the Navy or something, you're meeting them this weekend. It could be that, and your intuition's strong, and you're thinking about things that way. Okay. Greetings, Taurus. Well, I mean, this full moon thing happening on a Wednesday. What time is it again? 7:33 in the morning. So, really, basically, it's Tuesday night. It's like Tuesday night, sun goes into Scorpio, and then boom, your seventh house, and you wake up, and there's this full moon happening at the same time, and so it's like, ooh, power. So the stuff that had happened, 15 days ago, 14 days ago with that new moon, is now coming to some kind of a fruition or something. And so we're seeing that. And so you're kind of like the star of the show once the moon gets full. I mean, this weekend, it's social moon, it's party moon, moon's in Pisces, you're going to have some fun. And, it's best to be disciplined and good with your studies. And, your whole romantic life is actually a negotiating life. It's going to take a turn for the better. Doesn't everybody want good news like that? Especially a Taurus would, I would think. Okay. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, I mean, you've had so much fun, and now it's time to get to work. Fifth house transit was really fun, but now it's time to get into studies, especially if you're in the medical field or dealing with any kind of healing work. This is a really good time for that. Full moon's going to be kind of restless sleep. It's going to be in your 12th house, so it's just like best to like rest yourself. Make sure you're going to be well rested when you get up in the morning. And it's like good things are happening, and good things will continue to happen for you. But this is a time where you really have to make hay while the sun shines. I'm saying anything that happens on this full moon, there's a lot of capability in your world to be a very spiritual, excellent one. It's also a lot of capacity to go blotto and to create some really miserable karma for yourself, which I would not recommend doing that. I say stay home if you're gonna get out there. I'd say it's best to kind of or be in an isolated place out in nature. Maybe you're full moon watching. That's okay too. You can do that. I'm gonna say that's okay. All right, now. Greetings, Cancer. Welcome your horoscope. So, your water sign, and you know how like the air sign time makes us all dried out if we're water signs, and we long for good things. And there's peaceful, positive negotiation, and I think this is a time where like if you needed to negotiate a raise from your boss, there's a good chance you can make it happen. I mean, the weekend looks good for travel for you. It looks good for, investigating new sites, places, and possibilities. Full moon, that's an exalted moon for you. I mean, that's a really nice, social, happy, charming, good moon. And I mean, I always kind of think, too, like when it's, Scorpio and Taurus, it's like the most sensual and the most sexual sign of the zodiac. I mean, there's like a lot of ooh la la, and anything could happen on a night like this. Well, that's Tuesday night, I suppose, or it could go on to it could go on to Wednesday night, I suppose. Okay, so hello Leo, welcome to your horoscope. Welcome. So you're still dealing with that long-term year and a half, tail end of that year and a half cycle of the North Node in your first house. And it's that, desire that has no bottom, and it's also a time where we feel like we're kind of going crazy a little bit. So, we might make some pretty harsh or crazy decisions. You on this place, you've been making friends and stuff, but it's like you kind of have to tend to just your immediate tribe, your best friends, your family, your parents, and your elders. That's part of the shift this week for you. The moon will be in your midheaven, so it's going to affect your career life and work and being out in public, and so you might make a big splash in public. I mean, if you're doing something Taurus-like, creative, that's like gardening, music, cooking, or art, you're cool, you're in the clear, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and there's usually very little harm comes from that world. I mean, Yes, there's people that make controversial art pieces, controversial songs, controversial dishes. I haven't heard of too many controversial gardens, though. It was a controversy. Oh, I have. Wait a second. I forgot about those. Yeah, especially this time of year, right? This is the time of year for controversial gardens. Oh boy, hello Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. And I mean, if there's any controversial gardens in your life, I'm sure you're having a good time with it. Right now, we have a stellium of planets moving through your fifth house, and so that's a big deal. And I mean your third house, rather. Pardon me, your third house. And the third house is a house of siblings, communication. It often is a place where artistic projects happen. And people with a lot of third house energy tend to grow up and live very far away from their home where most of their family is. They are likely to relocate. And sometimes not too far, sometimes within range. And the other deal this week is, Jupiter now is in, the Vedic sign of Scorpio, and so getting closer to Sagittarius all the time. So in a way, third house is okay. It's fun. It's educational, and it expands your knowledge and maybe even some spiritual devotion in your third house. And now it's going in the fourth house, and it's going to create this feeling of family, this feeling of deep roots and authenticity, and it's going to be really good. It's going to be a more conscious, it's actually, even though it squares your sun, it's going to be a more conscious Jupiter that you can work with. That's what we're headed towards. And so, but it's good anyway, because you're learning deep things right now. And you're working on your physical health, exercise, moving forward with that. This weekend is a great weekend for relationships. You're looking at your spiritual life more. You're taking that way more seriously. And there's a lot of surprise activity. And that's good. It's good to be open to surprises. It's good to stay conscious. We're going on over to Libra now. Greetings, Libra, and welcome to your horoscope. And so, in this place, we want to be able to be good negotiators. This is our last weekend of Libra. And so, the last part is the best part, was one of my great friends, poet and fellow astrologer from Portland, Steve Spirit. He passed on almost 8 years ago, and I definitely want to acknowledge him with this full moon. Would have been really close to his sun sign, and he was also Taurus rising. So, and late Aries sun, and great memories. So with that, Libra, you're in this place now where you're able to make more money. Finances are moving better. And you're dealing with the limits you have with your parents and family. You're trying to get yourself more motivated, to stay in shape better, have fun with physical activity, maybe have fun with, if you have male children, with Mars in the fifth house. But, and just even like dancing, just learning to move your body, coming from your heart in a really physical way. Working on your health this weekend, it's a good weekend for organizing, maybe getting your house winterized as we're, getting closer to the middle part of fall. And, although here in Northern California we've enjoyed some incredible warm weather. It's nice to feel it when the nights are super cool and very nice. So, that is it for Libra. Let's go to Scorpio. Yeah. So, this is, you know, the darkest before the dawn in a sense. I mean, this full moon is the first, you know, it's a full moon in Taurus, so it's in your seventh house. So there's this element of romance and a lot of things in your love life and your love perspective coming to fruition. And I just think there's so much more to work on at this time. You know, we just went through a big, deep Jupiter transit. It's still there. So, like, if you're born, you know, 16th through the 21st of November, I mean, you're feeling Jupiter strong. You people are getting, you know, the full-on hit, and there's a real deepening taking place right now. And I mean, I imagine even if you're, you know, Sagittarius, you're going to feel it. And so, you know, using divine intelligence and all of that common sense, it's gonna pay off for you. And it's a great weekend for you. It's a big celebration. I mean, it's in your heart house, the fifth house, Moon and Neptune together. You know, it's spiritual vision, you know, a higher aesthetic for healing. It's a good thing, and you know, there's a karma to get a better career you're still working on. Okay, hello Sagittarius, welcome to your horoscope. Now, I mean, this is it for you. I mean, you want to be able to continue to make better alliances, and in this case, the weekend, it'd be really good to see your mom or your father and family, and just gather with them. And you know, one thing is, like, we're moving from this 11th house, which is like a party house period for you, and we're really going deep now in the 12th house. And that's a house of karma, sometimes unconscious activity, sometimes institutions, sometimes faraway places where we're away from each other. It could be like secret love affairs. It could be, you know, sometimes in the worst case scenarios, it's like people in prison. And then there's like rest homes. So it's like a time that you want to be super conscious, you know, because it's like you want to bring in something better than your own undoing. Behave yourself, and good things will come. Okay, so greetings Sagittarius. No, I am. No, that is Sag. Okay, we're good. Oh, God. Greetings Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope. So, this is it. You've got more insights. You're an elder. You have more discipline. You have an ability to strategically look at things. And you also have a desire to move things in a way where people really hear you. You know, they want to have you want to have voice power. And so we all have to be careful about aggressive speech and hurting people. And I've been listening to some comedians. They're getting better, you know. They're learning how to negotiate this new reality of respect and non-discriminatory humor. It's something, you know, because we're so much a culture of higher and lessers. And your social life moves into full speed ahead, and this full moon is going to be super, super fun for you. So, like, what a great week and time to be a Capricorn. What a great weekend and time to be a Capricorn. And with this, the effect of the full moon on you, well, I mean, it's going to be fun, you know, and it's going to be exciting, and it could be with your children, and it could be surprising, it could be shocking. I mean, it wouldn't be totally uncharacteristic, you think, if like there was some seismic activity with Uranus and Taurus and a full moon. It might just set something off, right? I don't know. We've got relationship issues that, you know, maybe things are going on with your spouse. You're not sure if they're okay, and they need some extra prayers and love. Right now, Otherwise, you're moving from career to social life. So here we are with Aquarius. Greetings, Aquarius. So, what we have for you is this full moon is going to be in your 4th house, and that's the house of the moon. And so you're going to get some big, like, vibrations, especially in relationship to your parents. I'm thinking more the mother in particular, and what really brings the nectar of happiness in your life, along with Uranus there, what inspires you, and I think seeking inspiration, somebody's that 4th house moon, is that night moon really affecting you and your comfort zone? And Uranus can make things just a little bit more restless. But it's, it's considered an exalted moon as far as the moon sign. And so, with Scorpio, even though it's a very emotional deep water, it's fixed, and in some ways Scorpio is very stable. And so, people are laughing right now. I can see it. Scorpio's stable, you're going to be getting, man. It's like a tumultuous sea. I kind of look at it more like Crater Lake, like this mysterious lake in southern Oregon, that's a collapsed volcano. It's all still, and it's so beautiful and reflective. It's got little wizard island in the middle of it, I mean, come on, how Scorpio can you get? So it's a time, it's a sign of reflection. And so for you, how that works is it helps you in the public realm, the public domain. Things are popping in your career life. You've got all these new ideas of how to do things, where to do things, when to do things, and then on the other side is that inner life, kind of going, whoa, there's a big full moon with all this, and there's a lot of sexual energy between Taurus and Scorpio. Those two signs, I think, pretty much master that art in some way or share. And most of us have probably some planet or some influence in an appropriate house from either of those two signs to kind of make our world work. It's like we are every sign. Okay, so here we're getting on into the land of Pisces. So greetings, Pisces, and welcome your horoscope. So, all right, now Libra time was, 8th house experience, and that's other people's power, and it still is, okay, this weekend. And so you're dealing with some of that, and it could be, your spouse's power, it could be issues on the deeper end of death or chronic illness or a birth. It's the house, I think, of unjust reward, so that's another way of looking at it and determining what's going on in it. And the other part of it is that you carry a spiritual vision, and it's been getting hits from some of these Scorpio planets, and so you're making sure that you have a clear vision of what you want to manifest spiritually, what you want to create, what you want to desire, and you're trusting your insights, and you're allowing your dissatisfaction to actually be a motivation to do something practical. And the full moon's, it's going to be a lot of stuff in the neighborhood, and you've got that higher vision, the higher wisdom. You're able to take us to a higher place. So we don't have to worry about blowing it. We've got a great friend in Pisces. And we're going to do this again next week. Cosmic Kev with a Planetary Persuader. Have a great weekend. Share it with a friend.